What's up everyone, welcome to today's video on the GamerDad channel. We're looking at Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So last night I posted on Twitter, and actually I didn't even think I would even be posting or whatever, but my curiosity got the best of me, and I think I'm happy it did. So Ghost Recon Breakpoint was a game that came out a while ago. I played for a little bit when it launched, but in the middle of all of that fiasco, we had Tom Clancy's The Division, and I thought I would just center my focus on one game. It was a little painful to put the game down because Ghost Recon Wildlands, I had the same issue. The Division 1 was going on, and I was playing actively and covering and making content as of its release, and so I just felt that same pain. So what I did was I put the game aside. In fact, I got Ubisoft Plus or whatever it is to be able to play the game, and I just basically let my subscription run out and I didn't focus on it anymore. A lot of my community members and friends kept telling me, yo, you need to get back on Ghost Recon Breakpoint because the game has received an overhaul. And I was like, I'll try my best to get over there and, see what's going on, but I don't know if it will be now because game development, learning, all of that stuff also started to suck up my time. But yesterday I kind of fought against all of that tide and I picked up a copy of the Ghost Recon Breakpoint on PlayStation. Now I'm playing on the PS5 from this footage that you're watching, and I have to say this game has received an overhaul of the kind that I can't even believe my eyes. Like, it's like, what? Game's very different. Starting out the game, they're asking me if I want to play an immersive mode or if I want to play another mode, and I'm like, oh, thank God. I didn't want to see Division Light in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That gear game with, loot falling and shining and all that was just kind of awkward for the level of game that this is. The Division started out with all of that loot-based game. It's a looter-shooter genre. It succeeded because that's the first introduction that we got within that franchise. So yes, we expect a loot game in the Division. If we were to see another Division game that didn't have loot, that will be a little weird, if you get what I mean. So seeing a Ghost Recon game, which had started with hardcore Spec Ops from the good old days of when Ubisoft Red Storm used to kind of punch out those PS3 games and Xbox 360 games, it was kind of interesting to see them go that direction at launch, and a lot of the community was not even having it. But I think they listened to y'all. They really did hear what people were trying to say. Now, this is not a sit down and pat the back of the developers video. I mean, yes, once in a while you give credit to whom credit is due. I'm not going to withhold it. So, yeah, good job to the developers. But I think there's a much more important conversation here. And that is, it appears that this particular franchise, even though it's going to be getting a Ghost Recon Frontline, I don't think they want to abandon this aspect of their own community and audience. I mean, you see, what I think they're doing is they're making a lateral, shift at the same time. So they want to make this battle royale-esque game and compete with Battlefield and the other games. I mean, 100-player, map and all that stuff, right? And at the same time, I think they still want to keep their community to continue to play these single-player games, even though they want to use the names back and forth. It sounds really crazy that they would take the Tom Clancy name and try out X-Defiant and try out Frontline. But we in the community that don't want to deal with those games, we've just kind of closed our eyes to it in a sense. That's what you got to do. You got to put a really big, huge visor over your face and then put some earplugs on when they start talking about that, if that's something that you're not into, and then just kind of focus on the IPs that they have, because if these IPs continue to get support, they will make the games for it, because these games are fully paid original pieces for Ubisoft. So that's one thing that I kind of see as a, I don't know, light at the end of the tunnel, whatever the heck it is you want to call it. So this is a very interesting aspect to see the game. So I went with the immersive mode because the very first time I played the game, I turned off the HUD. I didn't want to deal with all of that nonsense, and I just went with this package, and it was just as good because I played the very first few hours of the game. And yesterday I was just driving around, moving around, and pegging bad guys, and it was insane. I didn't even want to go to the bivouac, my first task that I needed to do after, you recover and all of that crazy stuff after the beginning. And I was just really interested. Now, the downside is my Ubisoft progress from Uplay did not carry over, because I did have some progress on PC, which in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I thought that was going to carry over just like that on this game, but it didn't, I guess, because of the overhaul and everything. I probably needed to go ahead and get on PC to perhaps keep my progress or something. But I am mad. I really think what they've done is something that's quite significant. Now, with Motherland dropping, a lot of people have also been whispering in my ear. I've been seeing, basically we're just talking on Twitter because many of us are from the Tom Clancy Division community. So there's this crossover. And maybe we're already saying that with Motherland that, things are going to also take a different direction, and for many it's looking good. And so I just want to see, that's why I'm here. So I got a copy, and I'm just happy that I did. I almost got the Steelbook edition. I should have done that, but I wanted to see what Motherland looks like, and then maybe I'll invest in I like to collect some of these games from time to time, and if this game really makes that bounce back and makes its community happy, and I'm talking about this game, I know the Tom Clancy name seems like they want to defile it, but they've also postponed the Ghost Recon idea anyways. If it's it's on the chopping block, or it's going to be indefinitely postponed, or whatever it is, I think that's to appease the community. I strongly think that is. Now, you can't blame a company that wants to make money. I mean, everybody wants to do this stuff, but it's how they go about it that you basically have to pay attention to. So they went ahead with this idea. They announced it. Didn't seem to work out for a lot of the community members. So they went ahead and annulled most of their plans. I don't think that game is going away, though. Let's not be fooled. That game is probably under more secret development. They're not going to talk about it for a while. They're going to kind of let the Ghost Recon community see how they're playing this game and eventually go from there. So this free update, Olive Branch, most of the community members seem like it's acceptable to them. And so they're going to be playing it. So look out for some more Ghost Recon talk here on the channel. Division right now, we're waiting for content through February, so not even sad to get into another third-person shooter that's in Tom Clancy universe on this channel. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video. Those of you on Twitter, my inside community, those of you that play these video games with me and we talk on Discord, I appreciate you guys for actually planting the bug in my ear so I didn't miss out on this very cool game and a cool iteration of it right now that's existing. So I'll talk to you guys very soon. Appreciate y'all so much, and peace out.